Yeah. Obviously, I was a little nervous. The ball's not a circle, so you don't really know where it's going to bounce. But we practiced that since I think 5 years ago. Like whenever I first got here, like it was always been a thing, and I was like, oh, we're never going to call it. Like no way. And then whenever Coach Smart finally said we're going to do it, I was like, oh gosh, this is where you got to go back to all your training and all that, and just Peyton kicked a perfect ball. I don't think it's ever been that perfect. And just whenever the pressure was on us, it turned out our way.
Two questions for you, Cash. First, obviously, senior day on Saturday. What are you going to miss most about playing at Sanford Stadium?
The memories. I remember going out there for the first time and just being in shock of like how awesome it was the first time. And it's sad that it could be my last game at Stanford Stadium, last regular season game. And that's probably what I miss most is just all the memories made there and all the fun I got to have there.
Yeah. And then what do you feel the legacy or the impact of the senior class is going to be?
A legacy, shoot. Just a bunch of hardworking individuals. We like to play football. I felt like everybody was tough. We had a great connection. It was just we had fun whenever we could, and did a good job at winning a lot of games. And I felt like we did a really good job at doing what we need to do.
Yeah, to go back to the onside kick, like take me to the moment when you find out it's happening. Is it on, what did you know before y'all scored? Was it right after? Like what was the process like? And like you said, what was the reaction from everybody in the huddle when you're like, okay, we're actually doing this now?
Yeah, Coach Smart came up and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do it right here. Don't act any different." It's hard not to, though. You're out there, you're kind of freaking out a little bit, but it was just luck, honestly. Just Coach Smart called it, and Peyton kicked a great kick, and it was just people helping people out there. Just turned out right.
Yeah, what did it mean to you to make a play like that against Texas, where you're obviously from?
It's awesome. Being a Texas native, to be able to do that against Texas, it's an awesome feeling, and it's a memory I'm gonna be able to hold on forever, and just happy that I got the opportunity to do it.
So, Cash, you get the onside kick, and it looked like you just at first kind of couldn't remember if you could advance it or not. Obviously, you can't advance an onside kick. How did it kind of hit you right there at that point, and just when you tumbled to the ground like you did?
Yeah. If you couldn't tell, I did like a little hop of joy, and then I was like, probably should go down before somebody smokes me because they didn't realize I could. So I kind of fell down and started celebrating, but yeah, that's pretty funny.
I used to be able to run those back in the old days. Did you ever see any highlights, old highlights of guys doing that?
Yeah, I think it was somebody did it here. It might have been South Carolina or something. I think it was.
Wow,
yeah. But that's a lot. I didn't even know they made that a rule. And Coach Benedict is actually the one who's like, yeah, like whenever you do get it, like your DRT dead right there. I was like, so I just got it and fell down. Did a little hop.
I noticed you gripped the podium harder when you were talking about making a play against Texas, so good job not doing horns down again. But how hard is it? You mentioned you practiced this play for years. You never thought it would happen. How hard is it to just stay engaged when you practice it while you're thinking, okay, it's never going to happen? And how did that help y'all to execute it as well as you did on Saturday?
It started like all the cold days, the hot days, the rainy days, all that. It makes it easier for like a moment like that, all the pressure. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure involved, but it's going to make it easier once you've gone through the hard. And it was, 15 degrees, or it felt like 15 degrees on Monday. And me and Peyton were out there after practice, freezing out there and getting our practice in. And I'm pretty sure Peyton kicks like 50 of those a week. And I don't know how many times he's done that now over his career. And it was awesome.
Yep, fellow senior this week, Oscar Delp, his last home game here at Sanford. What has he meant to this program?
Shoot, he means a lot. He's a really good friend of mine. I hang out with him just about every day after practice, and he's super physical. He's a really good leader. He's done a great job of catching the ball and run blocking, pass blocking. He's just a great teammate to have.
What makes him a good friend?
A good friend. He's hilarious. He has all kinds of jokes, and he just, even if you're in the worst mood ever, he's gonna find a way to make you laugh, and he's one of my best friends for that.
Yeah, Cash. So going back all the way to camp, what do you think you've improved on the most throughout this entire season? Rather that be like pass blocking or like just like pass catching or anything like that?
I think you can always improve on something. I think pass blocking, it's something each time you're trying to block somebody, something new is going to happen, you know. No pass block is the same, or some of them are, but not a whole lot of time, especially in a game. Like, it gets nerve-wracking and you get on your toes a little bit. You just got to go back to your fundamentals. But I feel like my leadership, I feel like I've been more vocal on and off the field, trying to encourage people and encourage younger guys, and just trying to keep the team focused and motivated.
So much of the time we get to see you on offense is on third down and you're pass protecting. How have you embraced that role where maybe you're not getting the ball a ton when you're doing that, but you're doing your part to help protect Gunner?
It's just my role that I've kind of embodied, and I just want to do whatever it helps to help the team win. You know, I don't care how many times I touch the ball or who scores. I don't think anybody does. I think we all just have a goal in mind that we all want to win.
You guys are kind of in a unique position now. You finished with SEC play. You still got two, big games to go. What's the challenge for players now to keep focusing on? I know Kirby does a really good job of that in practice and everything, but what is the personal challenge for guys to not, get too caught up in wondering what's going to happen after that as far as the SEC championship is concerned?
I mean, our main goal is to win a national championship and to win every game that we play in. So I think that everybody has a really strong, and I think everybody just wants to win every game. We're all competitors. We want to go out there and play our best game. Nobody wants to go out there and play a bad game, obviously. And I think you got to take each game each week. We play Charlotte this week, Georgia State the week after that, and then the rest it's kind of out of our hands. We don't really have a say in what we do or where we go, so we just got to take it week by week. And this week we got Charlotte.